Hello, I'm SammyP. Welcome to episode 27 of my Let's Voice series for Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. It's the series where I use the excuse of practicing my voice acting to justify playing video games. And if you're watching and you're enjoying yourself, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. It's great ways to help the channel. If you subscribe, please, if you click the little bell, it will send you a notification when I upload a video. And if you're not enjoying the video, the dislike button's right there. Constructive criticism is always welcome, and as I say, all comments are welcome, except spoilers. Taru Guard, Overseer. Wow. Alright. So we just arrived at the Gullet, and we saw the guards taking one of the Ruparu? No. One of the lower caste members and putting them in this cage and then lowering them down into this void. And they weren't happy about it. They weren't happy about it one bit. Alright. Where? In terms of no, it was trade secrets. Travel to the Gullet and locate Delver's Row. Someone in the Gullet ought to know a way to Delver's Row. Showing the prince's medallion might attract the attention of a prospective buyer in the black market. Recommended companion. I didn't... Do they usually have this? Ew. Well, there you go. Alright, someone who knows Delver's Row. How about Overseer Hitenga? A guard folds his arms, watching the activity on the walkways through slitted eyes. The coral piercing juts from his lower lip. He notices you with a sharp nod. Where does this lift go? To the old city, Akara. God's cursed ruin, filled with walking corpses and abominations of the deep. Hey, was this the guy before? I don't remember if this was the guy from before. That's okay, he can have a different voice. How can you consign your fellow woman or man to this fate? We punish only those who cause trouble. He speaks forcefully, but stops himself when he gets a good look at Takehu. Oh, begging your pardon for my tone, sir. He nods. The Gullet is no place to wander. Watch yourself for rowdies and pirates. So why was that man sent below? Botaro? He associated with foreign criminals. He spits. The glob of saliva is just one more splotch on the weathered and mottled boards. I cannot be certain about Biha, so I let her go. But I will be watching her. And this is punishable by death? Or worse? Takehu's voice wavers. That it is. He nods with no small measure of pride. These wicked sorts overrun the Gullet and corrupt the Ruparu. Our justice must be swift and firm. So where is Biha now? Hers is the first house you come to, just there. He points southwest across the walkways. You'll probably find her there. Can you tell me about Delver's Row? Akara. It is a cancer in the Gullet. A place for criminals and their foul dealings. He folds his arms and raises an eyebrow. And I cannot fathom for what anyone but a criminal would ask for it. Oh wait. And I cannot fathom for what anyone but a criminal would ask of it. He lowers his head and stares down his nose at you. I don't want access to the old city. Alright, farewell. Pirate. Or were you the guard? Who was the one speaking here? God, I don't know. Probably was that guy, and I've completely changed his voice now. Reparu. Repair supplies. The wheel groans with the cage's weight. It is slick with protective oil. Sure. Oh, hello. Ooh. This is the... I had not realized. This is the Gullet. This is the Gullet. I had not realized. Takehu glances around, wearing a distasteful expression. He raises his arm to cover his nose and mouth. Was calling it the Gullet not enough of a clue for you? Stop, I say. This is no time for japes. The Mataru are supposed to take care of those below. This does not resemble care to me. Let us go on. He gestures ahead, but his hand shakes until he brings it down and clutches it with the other. Takeo turns his gaze to the ground beneath his feet. Take him by the hand. It'll be okay. I'm here. Captain, Thank you. I needed this. Takehu's grip stiffens as you proceed together. I mean... Anyway, so that is Biha's house. The whole sounds just delightful. Bunch of... That's just a refuse pile. Wow. Alright. Anyway. Turns out the underclass are being really badly treated. I mean... Who would have guessed? Task updated. I witnessed what looked like an execution. A man was dragged into a cage. Oh, yeah. Okay. A woman thrashes a row of tunics and sarongs hanging from the rafters. Her pointed teeth are gritted in frustration, her lips set in a snarl. The clothes are spotless. But she swings a handful of reeds again and again, grunting with each blow. Several children huddle together, whispering and looking on with red, tearful eyes. Murato is gone! Dead! What more do you want? She punctuates each statement with a fierce whack of the reeds. The children flinch, looking between you and the woman. Are you all right? She looks at you for the first time. A fraction of her anger burns off. Forgive me. I thought you were one of the guards who took him. Other castes never visit here. She looks pointedly at Takehu. Do the gods pay a visit to mock my misfortune? Or is sacred stare overcrowded? Forgive the intrusion. We were just leaving. That is, giving you space to grieve. So many crowd into the Gullet. And you worry about space. She laughs bitterly. My village was not like this. Why does Queen Onakaza not send the foreigners away? How did you know the man who was lowered into the old city? One of the children starts to say something, but Bihar shoots him a sharp glance. She turns back to you, arms crossed, gripping the reed bundle tightly. Barato is punished already, I say. Whatever offense he gave, do not hang it on our necks. She begins swatting at the laundry again, though with considerably less gusto. I know you're scared. I'm not here to harm you. You say, but you have the face of Tangaloa, the eel of death. Even as she beats the sarong, she shudders. I mean, yeah. She turns away from you, striking the sarong harder and harder. Takehu flinches at each blow, fascinated even as he shrinks back in discomfort. The traders say they bring riches in their big ships. The fabric pops and snaps beneath her fury. Sweat is flying, splattering the clean sarong. But what reaches the Gullet? Crime and sickness, I say. She pauses to take another couple of swings at the sarong. I'm just going to listen. The Rauataians promise marvels, strong walls, and plenty for all. She moves on to the next tunic, thrashing it with an even greater fury. Ikera. Still my back aches from building their fort, and still I live here. And Baratu said we would finally leave. She breaks off, her shoulders heaving as she catches her breath. I'm so sorry. It is only another word. She shrugs, still catching her breath. Outsiders cover our islands with walls and gates. Many Huana come to Nekataka, but even here, the outsiders crowd us. In the villages, the chieftains know even the Raparu. Here, even neighbors are strangers. That is Deadfire now. She shakes her head angrily. I only want to be free of this place. That is how the trouble started. I heard a Rauataian captain took up at the tavern. Seduzo, they call her. They say she is a trader. So I thought maybe she will take passengers. Strange. They usually stay topside. But Taro went and found her in the tavern. Her eyes go hard and dark. Next I see him. The guards are dragging him to the cage. She bares her teeth at the memory. Maybe I can talk to Seduzo? She looks at you with the same critical eye she's been giving her laundry, wringing and tugging the reeds. Everyone knows the Rauataians are made of brass. They listen only to their commanders. But still, maybe it goes different for you. She looks around and, taking in the hanging clothes, the huddled children, the warped and splintered walls of the shack around them. Bataru took some coin. Everything he scraped together working on the docks. When he went to bargain with the captain. I would offer it to you, but it is probably in the old city with Bataru. or in someone else's pocket. How many of you need passage to Rawatai? We are 6. 3 children, 2 babes, and me. Are they all yours? Such a strange question. A Roparu child is the child of all Roparu. At least, that is the way in the village, where Botaro and me came from. But here we are all strangers. No one looks in on the sick or cares for the children. Tell me about the Rawatayan captain. Said do so. Bihar is holding the reed so tightly that she snaps one in 2. They say she is a trader, so I thought maybe she would take passengers. But she threw Botaro out. She looks down at the broken reed in her hands. Always Botaro was careful with his words, especially as a Roparu. But a Roparu in Nekataka gives offense just by breathing the air of his betters. I could look for Botaro. I could never ask someone to go down to the old city, but since you offer... She trails off, working the reed between her hands, while hope and dread battle in her eyes. It is a big and dangerous place. But perhaps he hid himself, perhaps... She steadies herself with a shake of her head. Please, please, help him if you can, or bring me news if you cannot. Can you take a different ship? She shakes her head. Many ships leave from Queensbirth, but the Valians take slaves. The Valians take slaves? What? She lowers her voice and glances furtively around. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. They say the Princepi smuggle goods in the caverns below. I cannot trust such people. But the Rawatayans have mighty cannons, and a big homeland they abandoned for ours. Perhaps there is more room for us there. Tell me about this stash of coin Botaro had. Worry creases her face. She sizes you up with a quick look. I tell you, I do not know where it is. And I am sure it would be little to someone like you. She licks her lips. After what happened, Botaro would sooner have thrown it into the water than give it to the Mataru or the Rawatayans. But if it is anywhere, it is surely with his body. Do you know a way to Delver's Row? She blinks in horror. Never! That is the surest way to get the attention of the Overseer. She lowers her voice. I hear it is somewhere in the Narrows. It is possible Inouye knows. He has lived here longer than any. Where is Inouye? His hut is just along the walkway to the southwest. We already did that one. Okay. Farewell. 2 sickly Huana infants lie swaddled under rags. Okay. So we have... Gonna take a drink of water. Oh, goodness. Starting to feel it in my throat. I think this will be my last recording for this night. Let's see. Inouye's home is there. And Delver's Row. Okay. And the tavern is, I'm assuming, the hole. Let's talk to Enoy first. An elderly Raparu man squints in your direction before blinking profusely. Oh, look at that shadow. I know I go on about it, but... man, it's really impressive. Anyway, an elderly Raparu man squints in your direction before blinking profusely. He hobbles closer, bare feet slapping the splintered floorboards of his abode. Humph! What say you, boy? What say you, boy? He peers steadily into your face, blinking faster all the while. Perception. The man's arms are thin as sticks, with teeth. What teeth he has are yellowed or black from years of malnourishment. Can you see me? How do you know who I am? I see much and many things. I simply do not look with these eyes in the same manner that others do. I have heard much as well. People speak of your kindness, Watcher, who chases Aothus. Yeah, my benevolence is being known. It's always nice when then the first thing people have heard about you is that you are really nice and kind. Particularly when you have the face of a death god like. I also hear the Raparu's heartbeat, grown thready and pained. Now, a watcher comes to the Gullet, as Amira has shown me you would. Amira, one of the most important deities of the traditional Huana pantheon, Amira is a bird goddess who hatched the world from an egg. The Huana often worship her as Halia. I was calling her Haley before, but I think it's Hylia. Hylia? I don't know. At least piety can thrive in this dark and unforgiving borough. That sea-swept voice. One of Andra's own come to visit me at last? What's causing the Raparu such pain? The Raparu are being crushed from the top. We starve so slowly. It is an agony. Starving? Are the gods so occupied that they cannot see inside the mountain? The old man shrugs. This is the Huana way. The fish of our nets are drawn for the tribe. The fruit of our fields, too, is reaped for the tribe, and the coin of our pockets belongs not to one, but to all. All spoils are gifted to the whole of the tribe, and the tribe then partakes from the top down, from the most deserving to the least. Why are the Raparu the least deserving, the last to partake of the tribe's spoils? The Mataru risk their lives to protect the tribe. The Kuaru provide skilled goods and services. The tribe takes care of the Raparu more than we contribute to the tribe. Or it did, before our numbers swelled too large. The Dawn Stars would feed us, but the guards forbid them to prevent the order of sharing. Oh. But the guards forbid them to pervert the order of sharing. There was a man who helped us, a soft-hearted pirate named Ulog. He worked with a Princepi captain, Mad Morena, they called her, to bring us food from the black market.
Black market, you say?
But for days now, we've had nothing. What happened? Ulog was never late with his shipments, always very conscientious, a good boy. For him to disappear for several days without word, he must be dead. The Queen refuses to increase our share of the prize share. Without Ulog's shipments, we will surely starve. I'm asking you, what else can we do? Prize share, one a term referring to distribution of wealth. You need an advocate. I will speak with the royals at Serpent's Crown on your behalf. Onikaza will listen. Her concern holds this island together. Maya rolls her eyes. He cants his gaze to the side, eyes wandering. I mean, it should be his name. Inoi cants his gaze to the side, eyes wandering. Perhaps you can achieve what those of my caste cannot. Gain us favor with the crown, and always we Ruparu will be indebted to you. How else can we resolve the food shortage? If we cannot convince the Mataru nor the Princepi, I believe the Dawn Stars may help us. Pitli is a child of the Dawn Stars and has become the Gullet's most cherished healer. I believe she would willingly hear your request for charity. Speak, and I will listen. I'm looking for a place called Delver's Row. You mean the black market that lies nestled in the depths of the Narrows? The guards do their best to stomp it out, but they are a single boot against 1,000 ants. I do not know how to get there, but someone at the tavern might. Now, I probably should have asked this at the beginning, but who are you? I've lived for many years in this gullet. My skin and bones have withered with each year, twisted harder, so that the Ruparu now call me Pakitakiri. One of a big person. The Pakitakiri is a role within Huana tribes for the purpose of resolving civil disputes. Rather than taking on the duties of leadership as a chieftain would, the Pakitakiri offers wisdom and guidance to the tribe, acting as an advisor and negotiator as needed. Neat. Though you can see I am not very big or much sturdy. If a dispute arises within the Gullet, I will see it resolved. That I can promise you. Well, tell me about the Gullet. What's the history of this place? Both time and tragedy have rotted the Gullet into a place of filth and crowdedness. Once we Ruparu lived in a fine neck of the city, but that time has fallen, and with it the ruins of our old city under Nekataka. Long before the foreigners swarmed us, a seaquake rumbled our city, and the mountain cratered down. Many cried to Ondra and were swallowed for their efforts. His dead eyes flick side to side. Now the Mataru send us into the ruins of the old city to be punished. Within that pit lies darkness and death. Not silence, but an end. Well, on that note, I'm going to head off. Farewell, Inoy. All right. Well, that's the end of the episode. Looks like next episode we'll be going to the tavern, I guess. We'll talk to the Rawatai captain, as well as trying to find access to the black market. Yes, that's what I think. That's what I think we'll do. As always, if you have enjoyed this episode, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. It's, as I always say, a great way to help the channel. If you do subscribe, you can click the little bell to receive a notification whenever I upload a video. And if you haven't been enjoying yourself, then obviously the dislike button is there. Constructive criticism is always welcome, as are all comments, except spoilers. No spoilers. Otherwise, I've been SammyP. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you come back for episode 28, as we're going to go deeper into the Gullet.